Hey, how is it going again, Guardians? LVnative here with another Destiny video for you. Well, it is Tuesday, July 18th, time for another Destiny Weekly Reset. Real quick before that, if you guys have pre-ordered Destiny 2 for your PlayStation 4, today is the day that you get access to that beta. It's going to start at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I unfortunately would love to jump in right away with you guys, but I have to go to work today and my shift starts exactly when that goes live, so I will have to wait till later tonight to jump on in. But for you guys, if you have the ability to, by all means, jump in, right on into that at 10 o'clock, and I'll have my phone with me, so if you guys want to comment on any videos or anything, let me know what you guys think of the beta before I get a chance to get into it. That'd be awesome. Alright guys, enough of that though, let's get right on into the reset. Alright, so this week, the weekly featured raid is going to be Crota's End, of course with the Death Singer and Crota challenges. You're going to get great raid gear as well as your Age of Triumph ornaments. If you are someone who's trying to hoard as many of those as you can for your armor sets, make sure that you get it done when it's Crota, because in my opinion this is the easiest one to do. You don't need a super experienced team, and you can do multiple runs of this and help you and all your friends get through it as well. The Challenge of the Elders has modifiers of Airborne, Grenade, Kill Bonus, and Small Arms. Rewards are going to get you a Legendary Engram and 10 Legendary Marks for your first 3 runs. With Grenade, Kill Bonus, and Small Arms, you should be able to make short work of this and be able to get that 30,000 and 90,000 points respectively for Varrix's awesome rewards. The weekly Nightfall Strike is going to be the Sunless Cell, aka the Dark Blade, with modifiers of Arcburn, Berserk, Brawler, Airborne, and Daybreak. That's right, Daybreak is back, guys, and I believe that today kicks off the 6 weeks in a row of Daybreak modifiers during the Nightfalls. So Nightfalls are going to be a whole heck of a lot more fun to do. Now you got Arcburn and Airborne. Use your imagination, guys. You should be able, with a decent loadout, to run through this no problem whatsoever. So have fun with it, guys. I know I will. The Siva Crisis Heroic Strike playlist has modifiers of Heroic, Small Arms again, Chaff, Airborne. Rewards are going to get you a Treasure of Ages and 10 Legendary Marks for your first 3 runs. The Weekly Story playlist has modifiers of Heroic, Specialist, and Grounded. Rewards will get you a Treasure of Ages and 20 Legendary Marks, a total of 5 times, totaling up, of course, to that 100 Legendary Marks. And this time around, we are going to be on the Mars and Venus mission playlists. The weekly PvP is going to be Zone Control. This is going to get you a Treasure of Ages as well as 10 Legendary Marks for your first few runs. So make sure you go ahead and do at least one of these matches to get yourself that Treasure of Ages. The other PvP modes this week are going to be Control, Supremacy, Elimination, Salvage, and good old Rumble. So I love Rumble. I'm still almost at my 100 Rumble wins, so I'm going to be knocking a few of these out this week, but I got to make time for that beta too. So yeah, that's it for the PvP playlists. Over in the Iron Temple, make sure you go and stop on and see what Tira Karn has for you this week. And we are going to have the Memory of Fellwinter with the Discipline and Strength roll. Lose your super but gain 1 extra grenade and melee charge, and a small boost to all your stats. Also, your orbs are going to get you melee and grenade energy. So, of course, this is one when you want to run, you know, the double wombo combos, or you just want double melee and double grenades. This is a pretty fun one to run, but you do lose your super, so that's a trade-off you have to figure out if it's okay for you. We also have the Memory of Scory with a straight discipline roll. When your super is full, kills cause nearby ally supers to recharge faster. And last up, we have got the Memory of Perun with an intellect and strength roll. Enemy guardians with full supers and enemies with low health are highlighted. Not a bad one, but not my favorite set of artifacts this time around. But if you need any of these, you know, you're missing them for whatever reason, go ahead and make sure you pick them up. And down in the tower, make sure you go see Shax each and every week and pick up both of his bounties. They're going to give you Nightfall tier rewards. This time around, we have them in the Supremacy match type playlist, as well as the Control match type playlist. So make sure you pick these up, complete these bounties, as they are going to give you, like I said, Nightfall tier rewards. Alright, now heading right on into the vendor weapon reset rolls. This time around, the 0-day dilemma at the Quartermaster is going to be pretty awesome. We'll start with the sights. The reflex sight, which is my favorite for this particular weapon. Steady hand IS is also really good, and OEG rifle scope is okay in my opinion. We got crowd control, hip fire, perfect balance, rifled barrel, and glass half full. So anytime you have 2 damage perks, so like glass half full and crowd control for instance, these two pair really nicely together. You can start making very short work of enemies once you get your first kill. And to help it along, let's get some perfect balance to give us that boost to stability. This is going to be a wrecking machine for that little bit slower fire rate auto rifle. So if you guys are looking for something like that, make sure you don't skip on this one this week. The B29 Party Favor is not too bad this week. We got that glass half full again, and perfect balance. This is looking pretty familiar, but we have Rodeo, so another stability perk to help you out to get that little bit more of a laser beam kind of a feel, as well as the sights for Red Dot ORA. The Sure Shot IS, definitely go with the Sure Shot, and the OEG. And the flavor of the week for the Palindrome looks like the Luck in the Chamber type. So we got Luck in the Chamber and Hammer Forged, really good for that range. High caliber rounds is okay. I would go with the Hammer Forged. Hot Swap, partial refund. Would like a little bit better perk here, but Hot Swap still pretty good, especially if you're someone who likes to switch back and forth between your primary and your secondary weapons. Sights are going to have the Steady Hand IS, Fast Draw IS, and the Quick Draw IS. The Vanguard Quartermaster this week has some very interesting weapons up for sale. So first up, I wanted to mention the Partheon Shot right here. So Partheon Shot, if you guys don't know, this is a higher impact, slower rate of fire. With the right perks and setup, this can easily 2-burst people. Big thing is you want to make sure you have a very large amount of stability. Sadly, we got Feathered Mag right here. I would love something like Hand-Laid Stock. I'm not even sure if they can get it, but the one that gives the big stability increase at the loss of magazine size. But we do have perfect balance with the rangefinder. That's not that bad. With perfect balance, the recoil on this weapon actually will be very, very easy to control. To help us with it, we also are going to have Rodeo. So maybe not a god roll Partheon Shot, but this is a really nice roll. If you're looking for a higher impact, slower rate of fire pulse rifle, definitely pick this one up. Alright guys? The Angel's Advocate Scout Rifle. This time we have another Fatebringer, guys. I love these Fatebringer Scout Rifles. They are some of my favorite type of archetype to run when I'm doing, normal patrols and stuff like that. Firefly, Explosive Rounds, and Outlaw. That is the trifecta that they call it the Fatebringer. And the Angel's Advocate is actually one of my favorite type of scout rifles to use. So this is fantastic, guys. Sure, you've got perfect balance and who's next, but just go with the Firefly, Explosive Rounds, and Outlaw. We got the Red Dot ORA, Ranged Lens, RLR5, and the OEG. So very decent. The sights aren't the best on this, but this is a really awesome roll if you guys are looking for that for a scout rifle. A couple of weeks ago, they did have, it wasn't the Angel's Advocate, but it was another scout rifle that had this exact trifecta of perks. Trust me guys, if you do not have a scout rifle that's like this, that has that Fatebringer-esque feel to it, you are missing out. So go ahead and pick this one up this week and go have some fun out there. Dead Orbit this time around has got something a little bit interesting for you. You know how I keep saying I want to see that god roll last ditch? Well, this one's not a god roll, but I still think I'm going to pick it up because it will be pretty fun. So first up, we have Final Round. I would love Rangefinder, of course. We want to have as much range as we can. But it's also a little cheeky to be able to use that Final Round and only keep reloading one, shot at a time to get that extra damage boost. And along to go with that, knee pads. So if you guys never used knee pads on a shotgun, this is a really fun way to play. As you go running and sliding, you slide for farther. It's actually pretty cool to do those sliding shotgun kills when you have the knee pad perk activated as well. For others, you also have the hand loaded, which you would want to give it that extra range. Linear compensator for the sight is a pretty good one for this weapon. You could also go CQB or soft ballistics, but honestly, stick with the linear compensator. I may pick this one up just to have some fun. I know it's not the perfect god roll, but dang it, I think I could have a whole lot of fun abusing the last round, the final round, and the knee pads perk running around in the Crucible with this bad boy. And future War Cult, as always, is going to have at least 1 or 2 items that we want to take a look at. I'm just going to get it out of the way. If you need a Wormwood, the god roll this week is going to have a Rangefinder, Hand Loaded, and Hip Fire, with True Sight, Sure Shot, and Quick Draw. So another week, another God rolled Wormwood. If for whatever reason you need a good sidearm, make sure you go ahead and pick it up. Also wanted to mention the Wounded Scout Rifle from the Future War Cult this week. Pretty interesting set of perks. So get the sights out of the way. Red Dot ORA 2, Range Lens, RLR 5, and OEG Rifle Scope. Again, the scopes are not that great on a lot of these weapons this week, but extended mag or full auto with the rest of these perks. Either of these are viable. We have got small bore or triple tap. Again, both viable depending on how you want to run it. Zen Moment, pretty fun perk to have on, you know, the faster firing rate scout rifles, as well as the slower fire rate auto rifles. I kind of like Zen Moment for those. We got small bore to give us even more increase to that stability and some range, or triple tap, which is really nice, especially when you're running this in PvE and strikes and stuff like that. So you could run, you know, let's say we go triple tap in order to be able to fire longer, which will help Zen Moment kick in more often. Compare that with the extended magazine to get the absolute biggest possible buff out of it. Or full auto with these faster fire rate scout rifles is really fun as well. All around, this is just going to be a fun weapon. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, you don't have anything with quite this perk setup, go ahead and try it out. I think you guys will like it. And for the new Monarchy, nothing that great this time around, as usual. You guys who have seen more than one of these videos from me, I don't like many of the weapons. I always like to take a look at the Dispossession sniper rifle, but I can already see we're looking with Firefly from the get-go. I want to see Hidden Hand on this for this particular weapon. But let's take a look at the rest of them. Firefly, still always fun on a sniper rifle. Perfect Balance or the triple tap. Skip rounds and snapshot. So ideally on this one, I think I would go Firefly. Dang, it's a close one, but I'd probably go triple tap and the snapshot with it. Wild Hawk, Ambush, and the Eagle Eye. So Ambush is a pretty decent sight, but this doesn't have a short gaze, which is the scope that I always like to look for. No, it's alright, guys. But if you saw something in this weapon that you like this week, by all means, go ahead and pick her up. Real quick, I also wanted to mention the Assembly 2 auto rifle. Now, I am not a big fan of this one. I love bullet sponge auto rifles, but they need to have a good amount of stability. And as you can see, the base stability of this weapon is really, really dreadful. You need perks that really help it. We have a little bit of help with this. I'll show you what we mean. We got counterbalance, which is always helpful, and perfect balance or crowd control. So, I mean, crowd control is awesome, but you need that extra stability with this weapon. I would probably have to sacrifice that and go with the perfect balance. You can also go the high caliber rounds or hip fire. Go high caliber rounds. You're going to have a hard time shooting back at somebody who's got an auto rifle bullet sponge with high caliber rounds, because you're going to be getting flinched all over the place. So this could be a really fun and viable option for you if you guys are looking for a nice auto rifle that is the maximum rate of fire. Alright, Guardians, well that's going to wrap it up for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful and or useful. If you did, make sure you take a quick second to smack that like button, and in the comments section down below, I want to know what is it you guys are going to be doing this week in Destiny. I know the answer for a large majority is going to be playing the beta. Me too. I will try to get in a little bit of my stuff done in Destiny this week, but my primary focus for the next 6 days is going to be able to get as much of beta action in as I possibly can, and of course bring you guys some videos from it. Just taking a little stroll through this tower here, as the next time I see this tower, I am gonna be having to fight all of the Red Legion Cabal off of it. It ought to be epic, guys. I cannot wait. Honestly, I'm a little salty that I gotta go to work today, but hey, you gotta pay the bills, right? So I won't be able to jump onto that beta until later on this evening, but I do have the next 2 days off, so guess what I'm going to be doing probably for about the next 48 hours. Alright guys, well that is going to wrap it up. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it's your first time here, make sure you go ahead and smack that subscribe button, as well as turn those notifications on, so you will know anytime I upload another video like this one. But until next time, Guardians, as always, this is LVnative. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.